again, how many of you are going to do the live practical here? Once again, like most of you have been doing. So just reply me quick, right? Okay. Thanks, Tilak. That was ding. Okay. That reminds me of what's that cartoon was like ding 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 ding. I forgot that. So
That was ding.
I think that was Ninja Hattori, I believe. Okay. Thank you, Raman. All right. All right, Raj Vardu. That's an awesome expression. I assume. All right. So, guys, in today's session, I'm going to share some practice data sets with all of you. So, before starting with my session, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a URL with all of you. These data sets I'll be using in my demonstration. So it will take another 1 minute for all of you, to download the data sets. So yeah, so all of you, you all are instructed, right? So simply note down the URL somewhere and just go to the Chrome browser or Safari Opera and type the URL and download the data sets, right? So here we are talking about data sets. So these are some CSV files that I'll be using while practical, right? Okay, I'll do one more thing. Why don't I simply paste it here? Okay, that's great. So I've pasted the URL. Okay, guys, just giving you a minute or so that you can download the datasets, and I'll simply tell you exactly how to, set all these things in my practicals. Let's get started, guys. Let's get started. So this is session 6. Once again, we are here to upgrade ourselves, and I'm really excited what is going to happen after 2 hours, right? Obviously we're going to feel good. So in order to feel good, we need to work parallelly as a team, guys, right? Let's get started. Yeah. So guys, today's agenda, right? All right, pandas crash course. So in today's session, I'm going to share pandas. Panda is one of the beautiful beautiful library we have available in Python. In my last session, I discussed something from the NumPy module. You remember that NumPy provides you strong data structures, which basically helps you modify, manipulate, aggregate the matrices, the arrays, which are there are two reasons mostly due to which we use NumPy. The first reason is that it provides the performance, right? And the second thing is that it is faster than basic data structures. All right. So in today's session, I'm going to discuss exactly pandas overview. Exactly what is pandas, right? So why we need pandas and what will happen if we don't learn pandas and if we miss panda. I'm telling you guys, if you are a data science enthusiast and if you're into machine learning, if you're into artificial intelligence, or if you're into the deeper learning, so you cannot skip pandas, right? Okay. So we'll start with the pandas part, right? From the pandas, I'm going to discuss the two important aspects, two important concepts from the pandas. One is series. So we'll see exactly what is a series and how we manipulate series. And the third thing that we're going to work on is the data frames here, right? So what is a data frame? And we're going to push onto these, and then some more extreme operations on data frames. And there are a lot of exercises that we'll be completing today. Hey, hi, Weber. Unfortunately, you are seeing us in the last session, so just bear with us. I'll try my best so that you can understand what is happening here. Okay. So guys, this is all about data analysis, right? So pandas. Okay. So the purpose of pandas is data analysis, right? So data analysis is something that we have been doing for long, right? And in today's session, we're going to do the same thing in Python as well. So what exactly data analysis is, right? Basically, when we talk about data analysis, so the major concrete dependency here is becomes data. So what I have done in the initial session is that I have shared the data with all of you so that the task of data analysis can be done. So what we are going to do with that, with those data sets that I've shared with all of you. So with those data sets, I'm going to, uh, uh, apply some logical techniques, right? So exactly, yes, I'm going to apply some logical techniques to describe, basically, to analyze the data. We're going to describe the data. We're going to do a lot of recaps and evaluate the data. We can illustrate the information also by using some graphs. So exactly why we do data analysis? Basically, we do data analysis to discover the useful information, right? We do data analysis to get the deeper insights of our data, to extract the sensible meaning out of the data. Those sensible meanings, those sensible insights basically helps us in suggesting the conclusions, right? So let's say if you are at the managerial position and you are deciding about some new product, and those basic insights helps you in supporting your decision makings, right? All right. So this is something called data analysis that we have been doing. Now I would like to connect this part with the past thing, right? So here I'm going to uh, I'm going to ask you exactly one language that you must have done. So let me ask you guys, it is not a prerequisite here, right? But if it is there, it is super, super helpful in getting today's session done. Yeah. So Allegheny, you did R, that is also good. So can I ask all of you, like, how many of you have worked on SQL, which sometimes called it SQL, that is structured query language? Oh my God. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Awesome. So believe me, most of you who are saying yes, it is going to be super smooth, super easy for all of you. It's going to be creamy. And people who are saying no, I promise you that you will understand each and everything. The only condition is that you need to listen to me carefully and just observe exactly what is happening and go with the flow. Don't get lost in the flow. All right. Great. Thank you, Sujit. That's great. Okay. True. So guys, here we are talking about pandas here, right? Pandas is basically a data analysis library. And what we're going to do is we're going to analyze the data, right? And the file that I've shared with all of you, the data sets that I've shared with all of you are going to be used for, for uh, for analyzing the data, right? I was thinking something else. So Python provides you that package for data analysis, and that is pandas. So basically in today's session, what you need to learn is that how you are going to represent those data sets that I've shared with you in the data structures provided in pandas. So basically what we can do is, like, we have a file, we have a data that I've shared with you. So basically how I'm going to represent that data, right? Data structure. Am I going to use list? Am I going to use dictionaries? Am I going to use numpy arrays? Or am I going to use the newer data structures which are better and most suitable for representing the data that I've shared with you in the form of objects and you can say the memory representation, you can say like that. The best part is that people who are new to this SQL, even, right? People who have done R is also good, right? People who are new to SQL also, and people who have done R. So basically, pandas will become very easy for all of you to learn and use, right? Because it is super easy here. So there are going to be a lot of small snippets that I'm going to do, right? And every snippet is going to make sense with all of you, right? So just have patience with me, and I'm going to share a lot of demonstrations with all of you. Now, in today's session, exactly, I'm going to the objective, right? So I'm going to set this objective in today's session, and that is that it is that I'm going to build a strong foundation in pandas. So once you have a strong foundation in pandas, so it becomes easy for all of you to figure out exactly how to complete the rest of the part of on your own. Obviously, because 2 hour session is not enough to go into the depth. but it is enough to establish a strong foundation here. So I believe this is going to make sense, right? And apart from that, if you want to learn more about pandas, so here's the link at the bottom. You can simply click on that, but don't click right now. So let's not disengage the concentration. Well, you can do it later as a homework, right? So that is pandas. So, guys, can I ask my participants what is the objective of today's session? What we are gonna learn or do? So, can you tell me in 2 words, just a hint? Yeah, true, Vishnu. True. Data analysis. That data analysis using pandas. That's good. That's good. Okay, pandas and SQL. That's great. Yeah, that's great. Noble. Hi, Jishnu. I got to see you once again. Allegheny. That's true. Data insights. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's great. So I'll just proceed further. Everybody is attentive and going cool. So guys, if you remember when we started with NumPy, right? When we started with NumPy, basically what we learned is the ND array, right? So the main superhero of NumPy is ND array, which is so you can say so versatile that it can reshape itself. It provides you a lot of functions for mathematical computations. It provides you functions for manipulations as well. So ND array was the hero of NumPy thing, and here I'm going to provide you 2 more data structures, right? So 2 more data structures from the pandas module. The first data structure is called series, and the second data structure is called data frame, right? Okay, let's have a small pause here. And what that pause is, that I'm talking about the data structures here, right? We started with Python. Initially, I told you about list, tuples, dictionaries, right? So these were some basic data structures that we started with. But generally, when we start with something, so generally everything which is at the beginning is supposed to be mostly, weak, not very versatile. So that's why we proceeded further with the NumPy data structure. In NumPy data structure, we found some more better things, right? So such as ND array, which is faster than Python data structures, which is memory efficient compared to Python data structures. So in third module, so when we're starting with pandas, exactly, I'm going to show you some brilliant data structures which are very good at representing data sets, right? So mostly exactly here I'm talking about the tabular data, only tabular data, right? So you must have seen some tables once in your academic or in career form, or you may have been seeing it on a daily basis. So if we take an example of an Excel sheet, right? So we need some data structure that basically can represent, can hold the data, right? We need a data structure which can hold our spreadsheet. We need a data structure we can hold the data, which can provide us functions for attributes and properties to manipulate and access the data. We need a data structure which can help us in slicing that tabular data. And here we have the answer to all our questions. And so the answer to all our questions is series and data frame. So here I'm going to talk about the series first of all. What exactly is a series? You can see in this slide here. Series is nothing but a scalar array, right? A series is nothing but a scalar array. I'll call it linear array, right? So let's say if you have if you want to analyze a single column, let's say, right? If you want to analyze values, all right, sweetie. Okay, a single column. If you want to analyze, if you want to analyze values of a single column, right? So you need a series, right, from a table, right? Okay, now it makes sense. So series is nothing but it's an array only, right? It's a linear data structure, right? And why series is important? Why series is special? Right? Because of its attributes and methods, right? So it provides you some beautiful attributes and methods, right, which can provide you insights of data, and slicing of data, or manipulation of data. So obviously, this series must be having something which is not there in ND array, right? So we're going to explore exactly what are the special things, what are the special attributes and methods this series has got into it. So this is today's session, right? And apart from that, if you want to represent a tabular data, right? I'll call it a tabular data, rows and columns. So you need a data frame, right? So I'm going to create a visualization or a picture in your brain, right? So if you have something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if you have some data something like this, go for series. And if you have data like this, right, go for data frame, right? Tabular, right? Can I ask all of you, does the difference between the kind of series data is going to hold and the kind of data frame is going to hold, is this clear, guys? Right? Can I ask you this thing? Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Now, okay, participants, right? Give me half an hour to 1 hour to exactly, crack your curiosity, exactly what is happening and what's gonna be the conclusion, right? So it's going to be exciting, right? So let's get started. Without wasting any time, I'm going to, start with my practicals here, right? Yeah, Saransh, I'll just do that. These are some of the data types that we have available in in pandas. So I'm going to revisit all these data types during my practicals. So just showing you the description of what we have. Okay. Saransh, series is basically it's an array which is provided you in Python pandas library, right? So series is nothing. It's like a list only, but it is there in pandas, right? Okay. So why it is special? I'm going to share with you. Okay. All right. I need one more tab on my on my trackpad. Fine. Thank you, Snail. Thank you for reminding me, Srikant. All right. I'm going to share Prabha all the differences. For the time being, for the first priority for me is to spend time on my core data structures right now, and then I'll get back to your question. Okay. So let's get started with the Anaconda part, guys. So here is Anaconda. So I'm starting with Anaconda. Everyone, the people who are doing parallelly with me, make sure you're ready with the Jupyter. I'm very much sure that you are. So I suggest you that you create a separate directory for the practicals. I'm going to create a separate directory for my practicals. Yeah, kind of Jitamani. I'll go into detail later, right? I'm really uh, saving my time for pandas and series, because you won't believe there are a lot of things that we're going to cover. Okay, so here we have Jupyter. I'm going to launch Jupyter. Everyone, please, if you're working on Jupyter, create a separate directory so for the separation of your practicals. So here I'm going to create a new directory folder. So here is my folder. I'm going to rename it data analytics using pandas. Okay, so here it is. Okay, everyone, you can see the browser, hopefully. Yeah, okay. It must be okay, sort of, right? Yeah, thank you, Sitraj. Now I'm going to upload, some data sets here. So I clicked on upload. Everyone, I clicked on upload, and okay, data sets. Okay, so here I have these data sets with me. So I have a lot of data sets with me. I'm going to select a few of the data sets. I believe I'm going to work with employees, Google stock price, NBA, Pokemon. I'm going to work with the revenue. I believe, okay. Is there anything that I'm missing? Okay, that's great. So here I have selected the files. I'm going to click on upload here. So everyone, so if you're doing the practicals parallelly, see how I'm uploading the data sets, and that's how. All right, so somebody asked me the question exactly, difference between list and what was that, series. The basic difference mainly is that pandas is using the data structures which is built on top of numpy arrays, right? So whatever data structures we're going to use are built on top of numpy arrays. So basically what we're going to do is that we're going to get better results, get a better performance, better memory efficiency, like that. So pandas is not built on top of basic list and all, so just to avoid the performance and memory issues like that. So Arjun has a question once again: how to upload the files into the Jupyter? Yeah, Qasim, the files are shared actually. So you need to click on the upload button, right? Yeah, Vaibhav, definitely. I'll ask my upgrad team to share the old lectures with you, right? So you can also post an email to the upgrad team. So that will be a better a reminder for the team, right? So because generally there are a lot of things which are going on, and mail is something which is a logged entry. Let's get started. Sujit, you can rename a folder by clicking on the folder name and simply click on the rename button here like that. Okay, that's how we do it. But for the time being, avoid renaming so that you can simply work on the practicals. Okay, so I'm going to click on new and I'm going to click on Python 3. So that's how we proceed. Let's get started. Awesome series. So here we're working on series first of all, and let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a list, and let's convert it into series. And once again, guys, why we are converting it into series? Because we have some special attributes and methods in the series class that I'm going to share with all of you. Once you're going to see the attributes and the methods, you're going to feel special about series at that time, right? So just have some patience so that I can show you the the cool you can say stunts of series. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to create some beautiful sweet things here. So I have ice cream here, and I'm going to create chocolate, right? Vanilla. People who are doing the practicals parallelly, just try to have some short, you know, items in your list so that you can just cope up with the speed. Yeah, Vishal. Apologies in case if I missed your question, like somewhere in the chat thing. So attributes are basically the properties first of all, and methods are the functions that produce some behavior, right? So it's like properties and functions, right? Properties and functions. So that's how we do it. Okay, so guys, a list from Python, right? So here we have a list from Python, and I'm going to convert this list into a series. For that, what we need to do is we need to import pandas as PD. So just forgot to and import the module, right? So okay, fine, no worries. So here, first of all, import the module here, import pandas as PD, and don't forget to execute the cell. So I've executed the cell, and here I'm going to convert ice cream, which is a list, into a series with a capital S probably. Okay. All right, guys. So here I've converted a list into a series. So Point to be noted, it automatically creates indexes, right? All right. Increase the observation power. Okay. So guys, here it is, right? So I want you to see the output here, and just push harder on your observation. So what exactly happens when you convert a list into a series? So when you convert a list into a series, what happens basically? It is going to create two columns. So one is going to be an index, and second is going to be the values of a series or values from the list, right? So that's how we do it. And what you can do is you can simply store that thing also in a separate object, and you can simply print it like this, right? Okay, our series, like that, right? Yeah, Raymond, the keyboard shortcut I'm using here is, thank you, Shagun, Shift Enter. Okay, that's great. Still, we have humanity left on this earth. Okay. So guys, I hope everybody is okay with this still here, right? What I did, I just converted a list into a series, right? And for that, I'm going to call a function called pd.series. So that it's one of the beautiful functions that we have available, right? Okay. Series S is capital, right? S is capital. So when you're calling the series function or a series method, S is capital. Yeah, capitalized. Thank you, Kaushal. Thank you, Pavitra. I'm going to show you one more demonstration here, right? And this time I'm gonna take lottery. And what can the lottery numbers? So I'll start with 4, 8, 12, 16, right? And let's go with 20 and pd dot series lottery. Once again, observe. Yeah, caution D type object, basically data type, right? So when it says D type means data type, and object means string. Object means string. Okay. So, and any alphanumeric, right? Okay, fine. So I just converted one more list into a series. Now in the next demonstration, yeah, we worked with list from Python, and now let's work with dictionary, right? Observe how series behaves in dictionary. So yeah, dictionary is it's a versatile data structure that we have in Python. So not all the times you're going to work with list. Mostly you're going to work with uh, dictionary mostly, right? Dictionary is something, it's beautiful. Yeah, Reshma has a question. She says that can we have mixed types in 64 and objects? Yes, we can have. And I would like to, request all the participants here, please, whenever you post a question, please post to all panelists and attendees so that whenever I'm answering the question, you know the answer. You know the question as well, right? Okay. All right. So here I'm going to, create a dictionary here, right? The dictionary name is books, and let's Ivor Horton. What he wrote is Java. Doug Cutting, right? He wrote. Okay, what was that? Hadoop Essentials, right? I need one more author, right? R.K. Sharma, Maths something, and there was a popular English writer from Missouri. R.D. Sharma is also from. uh, okay, I'm forgetting the name of that English. popular writer. We used to have his school. Yeah, Ruskin Bond. Thank you, Anju Sharma. Thank you, Ruskin Bond. Okay. And he wrote, let's say, some English, right? Okay. All right. So here we have a beautiful dictionary available with us. And in case if you want to see the dictionary, I can show the dictionary like this. So this is the dictionary that we have available. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to convert a dictionary into series, and let's observe the behavior, right? Behavior, right? So this is something that's important. Okay, books series equals to p.series, and I'm going to pass books here, and I'm going to print books underscore series, right? So let's see what it does. So guys, can you observe the behavior, right? Let's raise the observation power here, what it does with the series. So when we're talking about series, it's about keys and values, right? So Reshma, that's absolutely right. The keys become the indexes and the values becomes the values, right? The kind of tabular structure, but here you need to observe the behavior that whenever we work with a dictionary in Pandas and we are converting a dictionary into series, so basically all the keys will become the indexes, and all the values become the values. So Nivas, as per your question, what is the advantage? You're going to see the advantage when I'm going to use, or I'm going to tell you the attributes and properties, right? So when you're going to see those, activities, and then it is going to make sense, right? Okay. As of now, it's simply okay. Okay. All right. So okay, fine. So I've been receiving question like what is the use, or why we are doing it. So I'm just getting into the main the reason of doing all these things here. So first of all, Vandana, Pandas is small, right? It's all small case. Right? So in your case, the P is capital. Please correct it. Vandana, in your case, I can I ask you, are you working on Pandas? Like Anaconda, which Anaconda? Uh, you're not working on Anaconda. Is that true? Okay. So one, what you need to do is you need to install the pandas, right? So in case if you can open the command prompt and you can type python -m pip install pandas, right? You can simply do it like this. Okay. I hope this is going to make some sense. Right. Let's get started. Right. So introduction to attributes here, guys, everyone, right? So just giving you some wings in pandas, and let's get started. So here I'm talking about my team here. So how is my team? My team is smart. All right. So I'm going to just use some words for all of you. You guys are smart. You guys are brilliant. You guys are humble. Right. Okay. You guys are prompt. That's great. Thank you, Reshma. And what else can be? Reshma, can you come to the rescue? um, Positive, funny. That's great. Yeah. So I'll just take this much. Okay, I'll take funny even. Right? So let's have some fun. Attentive. All right. And awesome. Okay, let's close this. Right. Awesome. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to my team series. I'm going to convert this into a series. Okay, my underscore team, and let's print my team underscore series, and I'm going to print the team here. So basically, you can see here that it is printing the series here, and I'm going to show you some more thing here. Print my underscore team underscore series dot values. So observe the output below the dash, right? So observe the output below the dash. In case if you're not willing to see the technical representation of your series where you have two columns, one is the index, and one is the one is the values. So in case if you want to avoid that technical implementation and you want to simply fetch the values only, so you can simply use the values property here, and you can do whatever you want to do with this data, right? So I'm going to show you a small example here for item in my team. So let's say I'm just iterating through all the data. Print item team is okay. So you can see here, guys. So okay, dot values also, right? That okay. This is going to do the same thing, right? Okay, fine. Values helpful in iteration, right? And do okay. Let's close it here. So you can see here, guys, I'm using the values property here, right? So basically, values is helping me in iterating through all the values, and you can see here that I'm able to fetch all the values. Just in case if you want to apply some analysis in between, let's say you can put some if condition, right, and you can simply filter the data, right? So if you want to do filtration over some data, you can simply put some if condition, and you can, that's how you're going to get the or calculate the output, right? I hope you're getting the concept that I'm trying to explain here. But the main point is that how you're going to get or how you're going to iterate through all the values of your series, right? So using the dot values function. So guys, I am going to tell you some details here. So just allow me to share some more properties and attributes. Just sharing one or two will not help you in getting all your questions answered. So there are 90% chances that once I'm done with the methods and attributes, most of your questions will be answered automatically. So that's how we're going to smooth the session. Yeah, sure. So this is a series index attribute here, which basically tells you the index range, basically till when it is going to till what index it is going, like that. Not a big deal. My underscore team dot underscore series dot d type. O means object, right? Here, O means object, which is basically a representation for a string, right? No, Jitamani, range is different. Range is for generating numbers. Yeah, as of now, no, but yes, in advance you can. All right, let me share some methods also, right? So the participants want to know the differences. Intro to methods, right, in series. Step is basically the increment Arjun, right? Increment, like range start from 0, and the next index is 1, next index is 2, and then 3 and 4. Increment. Step is increment. Okay, thank you, Arjun. Okay, everyone. I'm just going to revise. This revision will also help my other members to cover up the code part also. So what we have done, right? And we converted the list into series, and then we had a dictionary, right? And then we converted our dictionary into series. So in my next demonstrations, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some demonstrations for methods as well. For that, I'm going to create a new series here. Pavitra, can you execute your code once again? Okay. So here I have lucky numbers, right? And I'm going to create some numbers here, and I'm going to convert numbers into series. And here is L underscore numbers. What I have done? Numbers. Okay, so let me type some few things here. Dot sum. This is the sum of all the numbers. L. Okay. Print. Sum of all the numbers. Okay, here we're going to use some basic English terminology. So that will help us in understanding the functions here. Okay. Addition of all values, right? Multiplication of all values, and here average of all values. Okay, Sujit, I got a point, I believe. Yeah, Suren has a very good question. In case if you want to see the description for each method or series, is there any command to check? Yes, there is. What you can do is, let's say l underscore num dot sum, and what you can do is after typing sum, you can press shift and tab, right? You can press shift and tab. Okay, Shruti, as of like as far as I remember, I have not used as such at the rate and dollar in core Python, but in Django generally we use at the rate while specifying the routes. In that sense, I know at the rate. Or I may be missing, but as of now, nothing is pinging in my mind. All right, guys. Can I ask my participants? Most of you are busy in typing, right? But can I ask my participants how many of you are like done with this series demonstrations? Yeah, thank you, everyone. That's great. Yeah, everybody is working. That's cool. Once again, I would like to repeat in case if you're interested in seeing the description of any function, you can simply type the function name and press shift and tab. For that, we're going to round it, right? We can round that using the math module. Okay, thank you, Ravi Teja. All right. Now, in my next demonstration, what I'm going to show you exactly about the parameters and arguments. I'm going to, use it. So let's get started, right? Okay. So here I'm going to talk about parameters and arguments here. This is this is going to be, a very easy peasy demonstration. So I'm going to do it quickly, right? Okay. So here we have something called fruits here, and I'm going to add some fruits here: apple, orange. I'm going to add plum, and I'm going to add grape, and finally we can have blueberry, right? Okay. And then I'm going to add weekdays here, and this time I'm going to have Monday. Make sure you observe that this is a Python list. I'm going to convert it into series, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, right? Sometimes Thursday. Then we have Friday. Let's count the values: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure the items are same in the range, right? Okay, so here we have prepared two lists here. So one is fruits and second is weekdays. The ideology here is that the ideology or the point here is that let's select the fruit according to days, right? So on Monday I'm gonna have apple, on Tuesday I'm gonna have orange, on Wednesday I'm going to have plum, like that, right? So this is how it is going to be working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert pd.series. I'm going to convert fruits into series. So if you observe, what happens is that it basically converts a list into series, and we have indexes and the values here. Now, what is the twist here, guys? Right? What is the twist here? The twist is that if you use comma here and if you pass weekdays, right? OMG. So you can see here that for the first time we are passing two arguments in the series method. We passed one earlier and now we are passing two. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, and 3. What's this? What happened, guys? Did you observe? Yeah. So Sanjay, I let this thing on you, right? Just do the experiments, right? So just keeping things, you know, into the time bounded things. Yeah. So like if I ask you, the parameters here, right? So what parameter sequence would you tell me, right? The parameter sequence. I'm going to come to that, Jadip. Reshma, that's absolutely correct. Salai, that's absolutely correct, right? Guys, check out Love. You're not loving the pandas. Yeah, check out the chat window, guys, right? Nivas, that's good. So the first argument is the values and the second argument is the index. I can show you this thing. What I did, I just press shift and tab. You can see here, guys, you can see the first two parameters of your series method. You can see that the first parameter is the data, which we call values, and the second parameter is called the index. So in place of data, we have passed fruits, and in place of index, we have passed weekdays. Right, Raymond, I let that thing on you, right? Just do the experiments, general experiments which you can do. I let it on you so that I can just proceed further, right? This is something which you can easily handle. Yeah, Wani, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so I can do this thing also, like data equals to fruits and index equals to weekdays, right? Okay, named are parameters, right? It will do the same thing, right? So I'm using this variable, this name from the parameter name, right? So make sure that the parameter name and this name must be same, right? Saransh, as per my intention, I want the days to be the indexes and the fruits to be values. Like on Monday, I'm going to have apple, and on Tuesday, I'm going to have orange, right? Yeah, Shalash, you're right. But this time, I've changed the terminology in case if you can observe this comment here. So that's why I explained you, right? On which day I'm going to eat what fruit. Okay. Thank you, Jaideep. The Thank you, Salai. Okay, guys, that's great. So as a team, everyone, in case if the participants are posting the questions here, if you know the answer, because mostly the questions are repeated, please keep posting the answers, right? Jitamani, we have not done cleansing as of now. I'm going to do the cleansing. I'm going to show you exactly what exactly the cleansing means, right? So just give me some more time. Okay. Okay. Enough with static values. Let's load the data from data sets, isn't it? So this is going to be fun. Let's start the action. All right. So till now we have been working with the static values, and things are good but not making much sense. And now we are going to work with the real data that we have available with us. And I hope that everybody's ready with the data sets. And let's start the real action. This time, I'm not going to create and do any static values. I'm going to load the data from CSV files. So everyone, here is a alert for all of you, right? You cannot further understand anything if you don't study the data set that we are currently working on. So I suggest that before working with any data, you need to open that file and find out, check, study what columns are present and what those columns are all about. So for the time being, I'm going to work on pokemon.csv, right? So this is something that I'm going to work on, and I'm going to show you this file here. All right. So guys, this is pokemon.csv. Obviously, it doesn't looks like a series. It looks like a table, right? Yeah, Noble, I'm going to take care of that. Don't worry. That's the part of the session, right? Okay. Kaushal, I missed your question, I believe. So I'll come. Please post your question once again. So guys, if you observe this data, what can you tell me? Like there are two values here, right? There are two values here. Like, can you tell me what is the first uh, value and the second value? So here I'm going to use the Pokemon.csv. There are two columns here. One is Pokemon and second is the type here, right? And let's load the data, right? So in order to load the data, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call pd.read_csv method. Yeah, Reshma, that's true. I'll come to that. Okay. So I'm going to call pd.read_csv and I'm going to pass Pokemon.csv. This is the data that we're going to work. You can see here, guys, first of all. Okay. Thank you, Vishnu. Okay. Yeah, Vishnu, like participants, I'm not providing the full path here because the notebook that I'm working on right now and the data sets are in the same directory. That this is why I was preparing a separate directory. Even wherever your notebook file is, like this one, the data sets must be there for single file name. In case if the data sets are at different location, you can simply follow the path, right? So you just need to edit the path accordingly, and it will definitely work, right? So it's like that. Now, right now, you can see here, right? So this is a read CSV method, which is used to read a CSV file, right? So read_CSV used to read a CSV file, right? CSV file is comma separated values, right? Yeah, Vaibhav, you have a very good question. Vaibhav says that can we load the data without showing the whole file? Because what if it's a long file? So Jupyter is smart enough in that case. What it does, it shows you the top 30 by default and bottom 30, right? And simply does like this. So I'm just going to show you here. See, it starts from index 0. And you can see in the middle here, right? Can you observe some beautiful dot error and then 691, right? Okay, I think this should make sense now, right? Jupyter already take care of that. Okay. Now, okay, Pokemons. And right now, this is not everyone. Right now, this is not a series right now because a series cannot have multiple columns like this. So just to confirm all of you, this is what? So I'm just going to show you the type here, and you can see here this is a data frame. So in case if the data frame is not understood to you, data frame is a Python representation of tables, right? So in case if you think like, okay, you may be scratching your head that what is a data frame? Data frame is nothing but it's a Python representation. Okay, to be specific, pandas representation of tables, right? Jagdish, it's not PB, right? It's PD. There is a question from Jagdish, right? I once again request everyone to post the questions to attendees as well. Thank you, Surya. Okay, so this is a Pokemon, right? Okay, Pokemons. Now, there are two columns here in this data frame. One is Pokemon and second is type. So what if I want to include a Pokemon column only? I don't want type, right? So I want to use Pokemon column only. In that case, what I can do is I can use another parameter here, and that is use calls, right? Use calls. So what exactly use calls is? Once again, guys, do you remember that is in SQL, what instead of select star, we can specify select A, comma B, comma C, remember? Right? So instead of star, what we can do is we can select specific columns, right? So once again, if you don't know SQL, I don't want all the columns from the data set. I want specific column from a data set. So for doing that, in the read CSV method, you can specify another parameter called use calls, and in the list, just specify the column names, right? See what happens, right? So we have Pokemon here, right? With single column, right? We can have Pokemons with single column. Yeah, we can do that, Sheila. We can do that. Now, everyone, can you tell me still is this is a data frame or series right now? What do you think? Still this Python. Hey buddy, what's your type? Nivas, no, don't go on the representation, right? Nivas, don't go on the representation. It's not a dictionary Allegheny. What you can do is, why don't you use type function, right? In case if people are doing the practical parallel, they can simply print the type and they can check, right? And you can see here, it's a data frame. Still, it's a data frame. And the very important part is that in case if you're working on a single column and you're working on a data frame, is not a suitable choice. When you're working on a single column and you're working or you are treating it as a data frame, it's not a wise choice, because generally data frame eats little extra memory compared to series. So if you want to perform analytics on a single column, make sure that you don't work on that data as a data frame, you work on the data as a series. And that's why we learn series, guys, right? That's why we learn series, because if you want to perform analytics on single column, let's not work as a data frame, let's work as a series. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert, right? I'm going to convert this data frame into series, right? Because series will help me in saving the memory, right? Series will help me in saving the memory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze it. So we have a parameter called squeeze, guys, squeeze, right? And what a squeeze does, it's basically, it converts a data frame into series. And one more thing, guys, I have not executed yet. Observe the representation of data frame. It's a sorry, it's a what do you call that? This is a data. It's a table which is a what do you call this appearance? Okay, okay, what do you call that? No, it's not tabular. It's not blended. I generally use it in Bootstrap mostly. Stripped table. Yeah, I got it. Stripped table, right? So it's a stripped table, right? You can see some rows in white and some rows in white smoke color. Observe, guys, after we have converted a data frame into series using the squeeze parameter, how it looks like. Look at the appearance. So appearance is also one of the solution to find out exactly what thing we are working on, right? In case if you don't want to use a type function, you can see the appearance as well. Thank you, Swain, for that, right? That's beautiful. Okay. Can I ask my participants to download Google stock prices? To load Google stock prices in this Pandas. Google stock. What was that? Price or prices? Price. So we have one more CSV file, Google stock price. I just want you to create a series out of this thing, right? Create a series out of this thing. And once again, guys, a very statutory warning. And what is that? Study the data, right? Study the data. So here we have Google stock prices of a year, right? So these are the prices. These are the closing prices. You can say like that. And generally, you can see that the prices are scalar, right? We have a list of or array of prices. So generally, in this kind of data, can I ask you, in this kind of stock price data in Google stock price.csv, what data structure from Pandas you're going to use? Is it going to be a data frame or is it going to be a series? Excellent, excellent, guys, excellent. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now I'm very much sure that everybody is Python or Pandas blended right now. That's good. So let's do this. pd.read underscore CSV and I'm going to read it. I'm going to store it in Google, and here let's execute. Let's print Google. Guys, can I ask you, is this a data frame or a series? True. Everyone, excellent, good. Now I'm going to convert this into series. For that, I'm going to use squeeze parameter and I'm going to pass true to it, right? That's great. Now, let's see what this does. Head method. Okay, here we have a function called head. Head function, what it does, it is similar. Head is there in Linux commands as well, right? Top 5. Yeah, top 5 records, right? So top returns top 5, right? Okay. Imagine you have millions of records, right? Imagine you have millions of records and you just want to see some preview of the data, right? Say, okay, I'll give an example. If I give you a log file of 10 years from a particular web server, and I just ask you what is there in the data, so you cannot print all the logs of 10 years, right? You just need to preview the data, right? For that, you can use simply the head method, right? Okay. Okay, Sanjay has a question, right? So Sanjay, I'll give you a small quick tip. You do one thing. You simply copy and paste Pokemon.csv directly in the D drive at the root and just shorten your path. So this will make your life easy, right? And further R&D, you can continue. Okay, what if I pass a number here? Oh wow! So head has head has two forms, right? Polymorphism, guys. So what it does, it by default returns top 5, and it returns as many as you want, right? So 13 like that. We still have Google.tail, right? Obviously, like most of you can easily understand it. You can guess exactly what it does. It returns the top rows, the bottom rows, right? The bottom rows by default 5, right? Like that. So this is how it's gonna be done. Yeah, last top 5. Vani, that's great. Thank you, Vani. Okay. So let's find out some more beautiful things here, right? Okay. Total records in Google. All right, let's do this, right? Let's be quick. So how many records we have in Google? So we have 3012 records, right? Okay. So I'm going to print the type of Google. We have already done that, but still, let's give it a quick revise, right? And if I print Google, it looks like this. And if I want the maximum of Google, the highest stock price is 782, isn't it? That's cool. And the minimum Google price is 49.95. Worst day of Google. Sorry, Google. All right. So I think things are going good. We are into analytics, right? You can see that we are analyzing the data. We have found which is the maximum stock price that Google had in a year. We found that which is the minimum, Google stock price available in that year, like that. Okay. Okay, thank you, participants, for helping me through the questions. I can see that a lot of debugging is going on in the chat window, and things are going cool. All right, all right. Hey, okay. Let's see if a series contains unique values or not. So I'm going to do is google.is_unique. So it returns false. Basically, it basically means that it's not a primary key column like that. Okay, it means that in the Google series, values are repeated. If it is true, means values are not repeated like that. Yeah, Prabhu, definitely I'm going to come to that, but still I have many things to explain, right? So just be with me. I'm going to answer all your questions, either online or offline. Definitely, I'll be there. Okay. Okay. Now let's proceed further. Yes, Ramin, we can do that. So it's a part of session. Let's sort the values. All right. So what we have Pokemons here, right? We have Pokemons here. So we have. Hey guys, we have been working on Pokemons. Can I ask you, do you know about Pokemons first of all? Vishnu, we can do that. We can do that. I'm going to answer the questions, hopefully. It's a cartoon, I believe. It's also a game, right? Subamanti, Pokemon is a cartoon, right? It's a cartoon character. Mostly kids learn it, and some adults too. All right, that's great. So we have Bulbasaur, we have Ivysaur, we have Venusaur. Venusaur. Venusaur looks some feels like from Andhra. All right. So we have Charmander, we have Pikachu, we have Charmeleon something. I don't know. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort the values here. Pokemon dot sort underscore values. Pokemons. Okay, guys. So here we have a function called sort underscore values. Sorting the values, right, in ascending order by default. So you can see here, guys. Yeah, cautious for that. We need to work on data frame, right? And Jishnu got it. Venusaur. Okay. Fine. So here we have sort underscore values, guys. You can see that it is sorting the values. You can see Abomason now something. We have Abra, Absol. It's all starting from A. Can you see that? Isn't it? So it goes like that, and finally it ends at Z, right? So it goes like this. So the values are sorted, right? So just sorting the values. Yeah, we can, Tilak, we can store the data, right? Sort it to Pokemons like that, and then we can work on with that, right? Okay, further, how we can play with this? We can simply, do the function chaining, and we can see the top three alphabetical, Pokemons, right? Okay, so in case if you want to sort it in a descending order, so in that case, we have Pokemons dot sort underscore values. So I want to pull your attention to this parameter. You can see this parameter of this function. It says ascending equals to true. So I'm going to do is I'm going to pass it false here, right? And I'm going to show you the top, okay, bottom five, right? So here it is, sorted in descending order, and it do work on data frame Pavitra. It is there, right? And it is sorted in descending order, right? So sorted equals to false. Okay. So guys, right now what I have done is I have sorted the Pokemons in descending order, right? Can I ask you participants, if I print Pokemons right now, is the order maintained or not, right? So just check. If I print the Pokemons after sorting, so is the order maintained or not? So most of you, yes. No, it's not sorted. Yeah, true. You can see it here, guys. You can see here, guys. I'm showing you the top 10 rows of the Pokemons. So it's not sorted. It's not sorted by index by default. Okay. So that basically means that when you're sorting the values, it's not updating the original source of data, right? So when you're sorting the values, it's not updating the original source of data, right? That is Pokemon's object. I hope that this is clear. Yeah, it's a view data only. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort the data. Sort underscore values ascending equals to false. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, true noble. I'm going to sort the values in the descending order, and I'm going to update the source of data, right? Observe here, guys, I'm updating the source of data, that is Pokemons here. So this is how it is going to update. Let me show you. Okay, I have updated, and if I simply write Pokemons here, you can see that the data is in the descending order, and the object has been updated. You got it, guys? But here in Pandas, that's right, Prabhu, that's what I'm going to talk about, right? So, but here in Pandas, we have a a beautiful parameter here, which is mostly used a lot of times. So I'm going to recreate my data set, guys. Observe, everyone. I am recreating the data set. In case if you're doing the practical parallelly with me, make sure you recreate it. Okay, let me check. Pokemons dot what was that? Okay, head, right? So it's in the data frame, right? I'll just squeeze it. Squeeze, true. Okay, so it's a unsorted what's that? It's unsorted data. I'm going to call sort underscore values, and I'm going to pass ascending equals to true false. That's in descending order. And guys, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pull your focus or attention in this parameter. What is this parameter? Is that in place? What in place parameter does is that whatever operation you are performing on the main object, it basically updates the object after the operation, right? It updates the object after the express operation, right? After the sorting the values, this parameter, what it will do, it will update it, right? So previously it was not getting updated. What we had to do is we had to write extra expression like this for getting the updated changes. But in case if you don't want to write this expression, you can simply add one more parameter here, in place equals to true. What it does, it updates the source, right? So I'll just show you. Okay, so okay, I've executed the cell, and if I show you the top 10 records, you can see here that Pokemon is displaying the the descendingly sorted data, and it is updated, right? So the main point to be that uh, wow, the object is updated, right? So can I ask my participants, did you understand exactly what in place does? Okay, thank you. That's great. Value did not change. Values will remain same, but it will be in sorted order. So guys, here's the activity for all of you. Display the highest top 5 stock prices of Google, right? So just share the. Now I'm moving to data frames here, right? So I'm going to spend my another half an hour on data frames, enough with series part. And the best part is that the functions of series will help us in data frames as well, right? So let's proceed further. And in this demonstration, I'm going to use the nba.csv here, right? So just be with me, guys. Just be with me, and we are working on data frames, right? Okay. So let's get started. In case like I may be willing to extend a session a little bit, right? I hope everybody will be happy, or just have some patience with me. Okay, thank you, Reshma. Okay, thank you, Pavitra. All right. So guys, working on nba.csv, right? Can I ask you the full form of nba, guys? Right, this must be near to you. Nba, I'll give you the hint. National Basketball Association. All right. So here it goes like NBA and okay, pd.read, let's go CSV, NBA.csv. Sweet. I'm going to show you the NBA part here. All right, guys, everyone observe the data, right? Thank you, Jyoti, for the academic part. I was really unaware of that. Okay, I'll just keep that in mind. So guys, this is NBA.csv, everyone, right? Everyone observe the data, what we have here from the National Basketball Academy / Association. We have the name of the player, who is very Bradley. He belongs to a team called Boston Celtics, and his number is 0.0. I don't know why. His position is PG. PG is something, it's a position in basketball, though I don't know anything about basketball. And his age is 25. He's seriously young. His height is 6 feet 2 inches, probably. His weight is 180 pounds, probably. Not must be in kgs. He went to the Texas college, and his salary is hooping, right? Not to count that numbers. All right. So this is how we work on this. So I'm going to show you some stuff here, right? So nba dot head. All right, the beautiful sorry, the beautiful head function once again returns on the top 5 rows, right? So it returns top 5 records, right? Okay, guys, especially thinking, remember SQL now, right? So everything is going to be similar to SQL or the SQL part, the structured query language. Once again, the participants who have not done SQL, no worries, right? So suppose if you have a data in a file, you simply loaded the data, you display the whole data. Suppose if you want to preview the data, simply call the head function, right? This is how it is going to be done. No, Ravi Kumar, we can do that, but for that, okay, Ravi Kumar, as per your question, is it possible to get the first number as one? Yes, for that you need to generate a manual list or series kind of thing, and then you need to assign it. I'm going to show you some demonstration on this, hopefully. Okay, so this is data frame, guys. Let's try. Let's not leave tail method, isn't it? So yeah, what tail does, it shows you the bottom rows, right? The bottom 5 records by default, right? Okay. And if you are seriously willing to, extract the values of your table, right? So it's like it's a 2D array, everyone. It's a two-dimensional array, right? And you're just retrieving all the values of a data frame, right? And if you want to, know the shape, the dimensionality, right? Right. So it's like how many rows and how many columns. There are 458 records and 9 columns, right? Like that, right? The tabular structure, right? Just keeping things simple. The tabular structure. So it has got 458 rows and 9 columns. Vivek, we have not done any sorting as of now. There's a question from Vivek. Okay. Now NBA dot D types. So guys, here it is telling that first column is name of column and its data type, right? Vivek, I need to check out, right? Vivek, post your questions for attendees as well, dear, because attendees won't be able to understand exactly what I'm talking here, right? So I'll not make sense to attendees. Okay, so guys, this is D types here. D types is basically for knowing exactly the name of the columns and their data types. So you can see here, name is object, means string. Theme is also string. Number is float. Position is object, that is string. Age is float. And height and blah, blah, and blah, blah. The overall data type is object, means alphanumeric of this table. All right. In case if you're willing to extract the column names one separately, so you can use the columns property, right? So in case if you're willing to, extract the column names only, you don't want to mess around with the data types, so you can simply, call the columns property, right? Like that. And the very important part, guys, if you're looking for detailed information, right? Detailed information about your data set, right? And particularly, I'm talking about data frame here. So what you can do is you can simply call nba.info method here. So this is the data type of my NBA, right? And it's talking about the entries or the indexes, like how many rows, how many columns, how many rows exactly. And there are total 9 columns. So these are the name of the columns. And this is the number of values present in that column, right? This is the number of values present in that column. And sometimes somewhere you will see 373. Reason because there are null, right? No, Vishnu, we cannot. Vishnu, please post your questions to attendees as well, right? Yeah, the column is not null, but it becomes not null after you create a data frame. But before you create a data frame, the data was containing null, like that. Okay. And this line says that there are 4 columns who belong to float 64 data type, and there are 5 columns who are having object as their data type. Yeah, Ravi, there is a practical on that, right? Okay. And the total memory usage of this NBA is 32.3 plus KB. So this is the memory occupancy this NBA is occupying. Okay. Okay. So let's do some more practicals on this, right? So I'm going to work on Sujit. I'll come back to that, right? And that is Python specific, Sujit. Just give me some more time, right? I'm actually short on time to discuss data frame in detail. Revenue.csv, guys, everyone. I'm sorry for just keeping the questions in suspend mode because I really want to go into depth of data frames. Okay, NBA dot fine. NBA.info. When you do this, right, basically it shows you, what that NBA contains and what this info function or object is associated with. So basically, it's nothing. It's a internal representation of info and its association with the data, right? When you do this, it means that you are calling the function and asking to return what it is meant to be. And when you do this, basically it means you are asking its internal association with data, like that. So this is how it differs from the expression. Abraham, there is a practical on that, right? So let's just have things with me. I hope, Sujit, that this makes some sense to the differences. So I'm going to discuss revenue.csv here. So revenue equals to pd.read_csv, revenue.csv, and I'm going to show you revenue here. Thank you, Igna. Okay, guys, we can see here, guys. Okay. So this is revenue.csv. Here we have date. Here we have New York, Los Angeles, and Miami, right? And on this date, the revenue of New York was $985. The revenue of Los Angeles was $122, and the revenue of Miami was $499, right? Just be with me, guys. Okay, $985, $122, and $499. Now, what we are gonna do is we are going to analyze date-wise total revenue of cities. You can say like that, right? You got it, guys. We're going to analyze the date-wise total revenue of cities because you can see that we have dates and the revenues here, right? Okay, let's proceed further. I'm going to show exactly what I'm going to do. Okay. Now here, in order to analyze this equation, I'm going to use a parameter here, index call equals to date. Apologies. See, guys, can you see the date column here? What I'm doing here is that I'm turning this index, this date column into index column, right? You can see here, guys, somebody asked me the question about this also, that how can we change the indexes? So instead of indexes, I'm changing the normal numbers by the date. Now, this is going to make sense after a while. Observe the date column, guys. Now this has become index, and index is identified because it is a little lower than the column titles. And here I'm going to call the sum method. So guys, first of all, when I have called the sum method, observe what has happened here, right? Observe what happened when I call the sum method. Did you observe that we have used this function earlier, right? Sum. Okay. Now, as you observed, I'm going to change it to axis. Now observe. Now observe what happened now, right? Okay, I'm going to change it, right? I'm going to show you both the methods, both the output here. Just giving you some time to observe. What happens when you call the sum directly, and what happens when you specify the axis, right? So you can see that on January Jan 2016, the total sum of the total revenue was of those three cities is 1606, and whole individual is 5475, 5134, and 56 for one individual, right? So guys, you need to observe the behavior, right? Just observe the behavior. That's it. And yes, I'm going to answer all your questions. Just allow me to, proceed with the further practicals here. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so just telling you some more things here, guys. In my next demonstration, I'm going to work with nba.csv. Okay, nba equals to pd.read_csv, nba.csv, and nba. Once again, we have nba here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these two columns, right? Team and number. Okay, team and okay, come on, number. Make sure these columns are case sensitive. You specify the column names carefully. Okay, so what we have done till now is selecting specific columns, right? Okay, can I ask you to select name and age? Can you do that? Adi Dikshit, I would like to keep that as an experiment so that we can just cope up with the content here. And in case if things are not answered, I'm going to answer them offline. That's for sure. So guys, can I ask you to print the name and the age? Okay, that's great. Okay, I'm going to do it differently this time. Mask equals to name, age, NBA, mask. This should make sense. What do you think, guys? Alternate way of doing the things, isn't it? Just observe, guys. Alternate way of doing the things, right? I'm just preparing you. Just distributing the complexity here, right? Just distributing the complexity. Thank you. Thank you, Lavagruva. All right. Can I ask you to display top 3 salary, name, and age? Not in a specific order, just simply on the whatever order is given, right? Not asking you to sort you. Sunanda, mask is just a variable which is holding the expression, nothing else. It can be any other variable name, right? Just doing the same thing, doing the same this line in alternate way. All right. So participants, can you display the top 3 salary, name, and age? Participants, please observe the chat responses also, so that people who are posting really helping me to take care of the participants who are finding it a little difficult. So you can see here, mask new, that's great. Abhiram, that's good. Excellent. All right, participants, that's great. Okay, moving further, adding a column in a data frame, right? All right. So let's see what we have in NBA right now. So we have name, team, number, position, age, and salary, and so on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a column. Let's add a column here, and the title is sport, right? Okay, so how I'm going to do it? Sport equals to basketball. Now, after executing this expression, my participants, right, all of you, can you print NBA once again? Let's see how the NBA looks like. So just observe, guys, right? I'm going to execute this cell, but just keeping you your part, right? Just giving you the part here. Yeah, a new column will be added. So in case if it's not seen by other participants, you can see here, I've added a new column called sport here. Just observe the expression of sport, right? Okay, observe the expression of how we add a new column, right? Okay, with the value basketball. And you can see here that in every row, the value is basketball. Now, yeah, it does updates the file, right? It does updates the file. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't update the file, it updates the object, right? Vishnu has a question. Does this updates file as well? No, it doesn't update the file. Hey guys, I was wondering, the weight of players is in pound. Can you add one more column, weight in kg, and show me the relevant weight? Yeah, Ravi Kumar, that is also possible. For that, we have an insert function. Not willing to do it right now because I've done one, but hey guys, we already, hey Vaibhav has given me the value of weight, but we have weights available in the NBA, right? So I just want to one more column. So guys, just leaving it on to you, right? So can you do that, guys? Okay, thank you for that. Okay, I've got a good uh, things there. Okay, can you share the code? Excellent, Vivek Raj. Can you see the response of Vivek Raj, everyone? Excellent, Salai. Excellent, Sujit. That's a new one, right? I really learned something new today. Love Agrawal, that's great. Participants, can you see the responses of other participants here? They're doing great, right? Okay. So weight in kg is going to be, I'm going to pick a weight column from the data frame. You can see here there is a weight column from data frame where we have all the player values, and I'm going to multiply the values with 0.453, I'm sorry, 3592. Boom. Let's check. Beautiful. So here we have a sensible data out here, for especially for the Indians, right? Because generally we don't count weights in pounds normally, except the birthday cakes. All right. How poor. Every Bradley is 81 kg. That's okay. Jake Crowder is a hooping 106. Hey Jay, why don't you diet? Go on a diet. Okay, fine. That's great. Value counts method. Thank you, Anupam. Value counts method, right? So we have a team in NBA, Boston, Brooklyn. We have Portland, we have Utah. Let's find out, right? Let's find out how many players are there in each team, right? Okay, analytics, guys, right? Analytics. So let's find out how many players are there in each team. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count the number of values in each uh, team, right? So okay, value count. What am I missing here? Okay, okay, good. So guys, what this is doing, that New Orleans is getting repeated in the team column 19 times, right? So New Orleans is getting repeated in the team column 19 times. So this equally means that we have 19 players in the New Orleans, isn't it? This makes sense. So in Memphis Grizzlies, this value is getting repeated in the team column 18 times. So that means there are 18 players in this team. Guys, is it making sense? Can I ask you, value counts is understood or not? Okay. Can you print top 5 lowest teams having least members? Task. Is it already sorted? Yeah, it's already sorted. So this is going to make sense. Okay, but your answer is not. Your answer is right. Yeah, Debanjan, that's what I'm talking about. I said least team members, everyone, isn't it? Least team members. So what I'm trying to say is, the lesser the number of players, okay, the output will be there, right? Like as per the output of, okay, we have a team player. Yeah, Suren, that's good. Don't sort after tail, Suren. Sort earlier. NBA team dot value underscore counts dot sort underscore values as ascending is by default and head, isn't it? So this is what I'm talking about, guys. Okay. Yeah, Muthu, it is default ascending, right? So you don't need to specify ascending. Now this series functions are making sense, I believe. All right, that's great. Everybody is working. Okay. Coming further, here we're talking about cleaning or cleansing of data. So, okay, here I'm talking about the null values. Okay, here I'm talking about the null values, guys. So null values are generally not counted while doing analytics. It's not the 100% true case. It is counted sometimes even, but generally keeping the assumption in mind that null values are of no use. So we need to clean that null values records or the rows from the data, or we need to cleanse that data, right? So here we're talking about data cleaning part, right? Cleaning. So let's check it out, guys. nba equals to pd.read underscore csv. Once again, we have what was that? CSV, right? Okay, nba. So let's find out, guys, where are the null values, right? Can you see the null values? Not a number like that. You can see the null values here even. You can see the null values are here even. But here, observe that not all the records, not all the values in the record are null. It is one value only. Here it is null, and here it is null. If I show you the tail here at the bottom, you can see that the last row is completely null, right? Okay, yeah. So observe the last row, guys. It's completely null. So here you have choices, right? You have a choice how you wanna, or how you want to remove record, where all columns are null, where any column is null. It depends on your selection, right? Choice of selection, how you want to remove the record, right? Here we're talking about the cleaning of data. So nba.drop_na how equals to all, in place equals to true. Wow. Okay, this is making sense now. In place, thanks for being there. Right, guys, do you remember what in place does? Can I ask you the response answer? What in place does? It basically updates the source of data. Yeah, true, true. Yeah. So guys, is this how is making sense, right? When I'm saying how, it basically means that how means all columns where null is available, only delete those. So it will delete only those records where all the columns are null, right? In case even if one column is not null, so it will not delete the record. So specifically, I'm talking about the last row, if you remember. Yeah, that's true, Devish. Source file, no, David, I'm sorry. That's object, right? I'm sorry, object. Okay, all. So here I have executed the cell, and if I show you, oh, this null is still there. Why? Why I'm saying these record? These must be deleted. What do you think, guys? Okay, I said all. It's not completely null. So let me show you the last record, right? I think if you must remember that the last record was null completely, isn't it? So let's check it out. This tail function is really handy. Thank you, tail. All right, can you see this, guys? So, okay, giving a choice of any, right? Okay, guys. So here, instead of all, simply place any. Obviously, this is it's easy to guess, right? So when you say any, yeah, thank you, PS, for that. So if it says any, that means if any of the column is containing null. So why don't you guys simply execute this code and check it out, right? So do you see the records removed where null was present? Just check it out. The data should not lose its integrity, because index is something which is like a pointer for all of us to point to the genuine data, right? Otherwise we'll lose the sequence or track. Let's do filtering, right? Okay, let's do the filtering part. Okay, let's display the details of players who are 25. Okay, let's do the filtering, guys. Let's do the filtering. Okay, so let's display the details of players who are age 25. So how I'm going to do is NBA age equals to 25. Is this working? Let's check out the expression, guys. Check out the output, right? Check out the expression. Check out the output. Mask1 equals to NBA age equals to 25. No, it is required because that is the object now. Mask2 equals to NBA team equals to Chicago Bulls. So here I'm going to put those masks here. Remember, I prepared you for this expression also. Is that working? Phew. All right. Great. So here we have two players from the Chicago Bulls who are equally of same age. So they are Cameron and Nicola. That's cool. That's great. Yeah, that's great. All right, people. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you a small question here. Because of my syntax mistake, Naveen, probably, because I'm also, sometimes I do mistakes, right? That makes me, grow when I do the mistakes. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to ask you a question here. Okay. And is not there, Shruti. Okay. Okay, display the details of players from Kansas College and age, or I'll say weight less than 200. This should be there, I believe, right? So can we do this, guys? Thank you, Reshma. I think operator precedence, probably. No, this should not be the reason. Right? Okay, I'll just leave it on to you guys because I think I'm into this question right now. So display details of players from Kansas College and weights less than 200. You got the answers, guys? How many records are there? I've not checked, honestly. 3 records are there. Rahul Patel. Okay, that's great. 3 records. Okay. Well, who are the players? Can you tell me the first name of those players? Ben. Okay. Ben Kirk. Keek. Okay, that's great. And Andrew. Fine, guys. So, okay, coming to my session, right? So I'm just going to conclude this session for now, right? It's been a long session, hopefully, and I'm expecting it to be, full of content and knowledge. I try my best to, give you the best out of it, and I just try to lay a strong foundation on Python pandas, and my objective was just only to lay a strong foundation here, right? So that you can figure out exactly how things will go on. And one important thing here, guys, conclusion, explain one important things you learned today. So guys, just need only one responses from your side, right? So let's have some quick responses. Okay. Thank you. That's great. Thank you, Weber, for that lovely output. Yeah, Tilak. Strong basics, Tilak, I'll say. Yeah, thank you. So, thank you, Raj. Okay. Okay. How to play with data. Thank you. To the world of Panda. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. So, okay. This was the end of the series, guys. This was my last session. I really enjoyed with my participants. I'm really confident enough that people who are with me, hopefully, and not even like even people who are just looking at it, hopefully have gained something out of it, right? I'm really glad to be with you all, and I enjoyed a lot. And I really told you whatever I knew about Python, not exactly completely, but the maximum I can. I try to include as many as things as were possible, right? Hopefully I'll see you in future, because the earth is circular. All right, so thank you, guys. It was lovely being with you guys. Thank you, upgrad, also for giving me the opportunity to have lovely participants like you all. And have a great evening. Stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you.